What is up, guys? I think we're live. Perhaps. Check on the stats. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, we got a live show. Cheers, guys. I think I'm just going to mess around in the lab a little bit tonight. What I have is a failed UPS. This I've had for many years, and it's been a good one. This is just from local Canadian Tire, I think is where it originated. But it no longer powers on at all. It's completely DOA. Hey, Armando. Cheers, IT Freely. So, what I thought is maybe, just maybe, we can see something inside it. I have no idea. I have not taken apart a UPS like this before. I suspect we're going to find something in the main power supply circuit because it actually smells a little odd. This is not the right Phillips screwdriver. Why can I not find the right Phillips when I need one? Come on now. I must have taken them out to work on the 3D printer or something. This one will work. This one will work. We'll see what we see in here. If anything, maybe there'll be something of interest. Maybe not. What's everybody building tonight? Watch out for caps. Yeah, there's no caps to worry about here. This has been discharged for quite some time. Oh, it's so heavy to have to move the camera around. It is a heavy beast. Regardless of what's wrong inside, I think it's actually safe to say that the batteries in it are going to be euchred. I don't even know how many years old this is. It is very, very old. So I would imagine we're going to be... Of course, the screws take off as far as possible and just fell into the bin. Okay. They all come out. Perhaps. Perhaps. Be interesting to see what we discover. Be interesting to see how the heck this thing comes apart. Oh man. It is ridiculous heavy. Is there anything under the feet? No. How the heck do we even get this thing? Looks like that. Scissors somehow. It's kind of big to keep on camera and a little unruly, but I'll do my best. Someone's been into this before, either that or with age. That's me. Actually, that sticker might have cracked just from me just now too. It is quite old. So I haven't been doing very many live shows lately. Hopefully the audio and the video is coming across well. Please let me know how we're doing. As I did do some settings changes. This thing looks like a mix of half clips. Is it half clips? Are there clips? Consumer electronics is always fun to try and figure out how you get into. That feels well and truly like something in the middle here. Yeah. I do believe we has something in the middle. Under this here sticker. I bet we're gonna find a Forstner. And we did. Handy dandy. Just built a 6-wire ribbon cable with the IC clips. With little IC clips on the end for programming custom Arduino boards. That sounds pretty cool. That might actually be a handy little project. Very cool. My screwdriver has lost its magnetism too. Must have degaussed that thing. Come on. That's better. Okay, is there one on the far side too? Yeah, sure feels like it. Sure feels like it. I'm detecting a little bit of burnt smell. Anybody gonna take bets? This thing was running all the time. I actually had it on my fish tank up until not terribly long ago. So I know what my bet is on what's gonna be failed. Oh, that's just the other side of the hole. That screw bottomed out on that side. There's nothing in there. Oh, there we go. He's in. Oh, yeah, something. That actually doesn't smell what I thought this might be failed. Come on now. Got this kind of scissory deal at the bottom. How come, why for you not come apart? Come on now. Feels like this bottom is holding us up. It's been 2 hours of a live stream just trying. Actually, I wonder whether these are like a rivet. Ah, that pulled out. Well, that's interesting. It's like a little push clip, like we had in automotive. That. Ah, what do you know about that? They are. What do you know about that? Well, that might work a little better now. There we go. We're in. That's interesting. I've never seen clips like that used in commercial electronics. That's very similar to the push clips we use in the automotive. Just a little spreader, and then you punch a little center portion in. Oh, that smells crispy in here. That might not be what I think has failed. Good morning from India. Cheers. Fish tank UPS. Great idea. Yeah, it was on a nano reef tank. I have to. The reef tanks don't take kindly to power outages. Well, what do we think? What are we up against? What do we got in here? Let's take a look. Pretty standard power and charging section. Big heavy duty MOSFETs and heat sinks. We've got some fuses right there. We could check fuses. So while we got this part, well, let's go ahead and check the fuses first. Let's check the fuses first. Why not? Before we power anything up, I was thinking just power it up and see where we're at and see whether the problem statement has changed, but I think maybe, just maybe, we'll do a quick check on the fuses. Okay, how can we get in here that we can do it on camera? You'll get the idea. You'll get the idea. Okay, let's see. That's one of the 30 amp fuses, 0.15 ohms. We're good. Here's another one, 0.15 ohms. Absolutely fine. Okay, so that section is going to be okay. Just for giggles, I wonder if there's any voltage on these batteries. Let's have a look. They could be completely flat dead. Yup. Yup. So they are going to be well and truly hosed. Oh, how did I not see this? This is what happens. Forest through the trees here. Did anybody else notice something really bad as I was disassembling this? As I zoom out? You guys tell me whether you see anything funny there. Oh, wait. Cheers, Ken. Good to see you. Crispy smell, any particular locale? That's where I was gonna go next. That's where I was headed. But I can tell you right now, we have bigger problems, and I can't believe that. Yeah. So with that camera angle, you get the idea, but wait till I move it so you can really get the idea. What cells? Wow. Is that not incredible? That, wow. I looked right beyond that as I took this thing apart. Wow. That is well and truly fuckered. Oh, how in the hell did this not... This is a sealed lead acid battery, and this did not make a mess on the floor. Here, I'll go back to the case. The bottom of the case is pristine. So it must have actually, this battery, these cells must have actually boiled dry before it split. There's not a speck down here. Check this out. There is literally not a speck of sign that there has been acid leakage outside those cells. These wires running underneath are pristine. It's not a gel cell. It's not a dry cell. That's a sealed lead acid battery, and it didn't completely make a mess. So what we let me that's definitely where the smell came from, or at least part of it. So either our charge circuit went wonky and destroyed it, or that battery just died over time. Now, what we can do, what should we do here? I don't have, this is an odd shape of battery, but what we could do, where's my other ones? What we could do is I have these 12 volt sealed lead acids. These are very high quality Panasonic ones. I have a case of them. Don't ask where I got it. And we could put 2 of these in here and have a far less capacity UPS and still function if our charge circuitry is still intact. And I'm wondering whether it is. And you know what? It's a little late now, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some gloves on, because even though there's not a trace, there's nothing out of this battery. I'm sure we're gonna have some residue kicking around. There's nothing there though. There's not even the white fuzzies that you get from battery leakage, but just to keep it off the hands. So I'm thinking, I'm wondering whether we pull these batteries out, or at least we can just disconnect for now. Ouch! Stepped on something I shouldn't have stepped on. We could pull one. How are these fastened in? Nothing. They just sort of slide in there. That's okay. We could, if we break, so these are just paralleled up. That's handy. What we could do, we could pull both. We might as well just, they're both Euchred anyway. They're both Euchred. We're not even going to recover that other one that's not completely hosed. There's no chance. It's completely flat dead. Anything that far gone is not likely to come back. So we'll go ahead and pull the connections off. And then what we can do is we could quickly hook up one of my good 12 volt batteries just with some alligator clips and see whether this powers up and what it does, and see whether it's worth saving. It's not like a great UPS unit by any stretch, but heck, we've got the circuitry here, and I've got lots of these 12 volt batteries. We could definitely make something up. Don't worry about the screwdriver rolling across. As we check the surface charge on these, they're completely flat dead. Otherwise, I'd be a little bit more careful. If they were charged, that screwdriver across the connections would be very, very bad. Alright, let's get one more look at this. Check this out. I want to see what the inside of the cells look like. Completely hosed. That is special. Well, it did good. It did very, very good. It didn't burn the house down. It lasted for many, 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 many years and just ceased to function. That's pretty good. I consider that a win. Check the charger. It was overcharging. Yeah, Ken, I wonder. Disconnect and check the charge voltage before you put more batteries in. Yeah, you're gonna have to have at least something across there. So we're probably gonna have to hook, like we can just hook this other cell across there. Otherwise, it's probably not gonna go into charge mode unless it detects that there's a useful battery across it. Otherwise, it would be attempting to charge completely FU'd batteries and potentially cause fires. So usually you're gonna have to have like 9.6 volts or something, some random number around there across the terminals before the charge circuitry will start. But if I remember right, this thing was completely dead though. I don't think even anything powered up, but that may also be a protection feature as well. So I'll just go ahead and pop this out. We do not need it. It did its time. RITAR 12200, 20 amp hours. 20 amp hour 12 volt battery. You guys did good. I give you credit. I have never heard of RITAR or RITAR battery before, but they did well. Didn't make a mess when it dried out. But yeah, I kind of suspect something in the charge circuitry boiled that dry, but kind of hope not. No outward facing serious damages. You can see where it's been off gassing a little bit out of the vents. That battery is dry too. I can actually hear the sulfate in the bottom. Here. I don't know whether that comes across on the mic, but it's just dust and chunkies down there, and that's just sulfate off the cells. It is, at least the cells on this end are bone dry. So we could pry the top off, but I'm not gonna. We already know one of them is hooped. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's take this. What do we got? We got some alligator clips. Where's all my alligator clips? Let's just do... Actually, here, hold on. Let's see what... Is there even a surface charge on this battery? I forget why this one was on the bench. This one might be a bad one. Yeah, 12.1. 12.1 volts across that. That'll be enough to get it started thinking about doing something. We'll go red to positive. And what do we got? I really need to get some more alligator clips. It's the one thing I'm a little shy on in the lab. Okay, please don't fall all over the place. We will go black to negative. No big spark. Actually, I would have expected a little bit of inrush there. Oogie doogie. Contact. Oh, hello. We have fan spin. As Louis Rossmann would say, we have fan spin. What? Are you serious? It's alive! What the heck do you know about that? Let's go and see if it says we're charging. Let's see if it is charging. We expect something a little higher than the surface charge on that battery. I'm expecting 13.5 to 14. 13.4. We're charging. Holy... What? Nothing in my lab ever goes this easy. That is a completely functional UPS still. And honestly, if anyone goes to Google and see if you can find the year of the production of these Noma UPSs, this thing is It is most definitely more than 12 years old, and it has been in use 24/7 for a good portion of that. 13.5 volts. We're charging. Wonderful. Do we have AC output? Let's check that. What have we got to check AC output? Let's find something. Let's see if it's actually alive. Is it alive? Okay, we'll just use a USB charger. Let's plug it in to the 110. I saw you flash. You came unhooked. Aha! What do you know about that? Well, we can charge a battery. 4.6 out. We're working. What are we charging? 0.85 amps going into this battery. So, what do you know? And the fan just shut off. Holy smokes. Something actually went right in the lab for once. I am amazed. This never happens. Alright, so what did we learn? We learned that batteries went dry and caused no harm to this charge circuit, to the power supply, or the inverter circuit. It is completely, absolutely fine. And the only smell of Bernie in here was emanating from that battery that was completely hosed. And let's see, are we still charging? I like to double check things a few times because sometimes things just magically quit after a few minutes. And 12.8. So it's actually throttling back now. That battery just came off the bench, so it's probably nearly fully charged. It still should be a little higher than that though. But that could be just the way that we charge here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Back up to 13. So, yeah, what do you know? We're alive. Cool. Would be nice to get my LP. It would be nice to get more use from it. I absolutely will. This is now going to go back into service, with the exception. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect things and shut down because we do have open 110 here, so you got to be a little cognizant of that. So what I'm going to do, I think, what I might do is see whether I can source any of these style batteries. This is a weird size. It's an interesting. It's a big brute, but yeah. Oh my! That you'd almost swear, like, from an outsider looking in, because of the way that, like, it's even bulged here, you would swear that got froze. But it didn't. This UPS has never been outside, but it's all bulged along here. It's actually the plates that have expanded and made one heck of a mess. But there we go. Absolutely craziness. So be it. So if I can't source those particular batteries, I think what I'll do... Well, I got any more of these handy? Here, let me see what I got. The case of these is kind of buried, but here's another one right here. If push comes to shove, these are the same as what you have in a emergency light system. Jeez, those might actually be able to almost sit vertical in there, and then I could just put 4 of these in. That would be handy. Where's that non-leaky, messy battery? What's the height on these? How high do these sit? I think they sat just about flush. I don't think there's any room for any... Yeah, that's going to be right flush. So we can't go vertical. But we could just put... We could put 2 of these in horizontally like that, and we'd have a fully functional UPS. We could just strap those down, but not very much capacity. These are... What's the capacity on these? I don't even remember. It's not posted. I'm not seeing it. There's a model number if you wanted to search it. It's not that much capacity out of these. They're just designed to run like an emergency light or whatever for a fairly short period, or a whole bunch of them in a big UPS, which is where these came from. They go into industrial UPSs. But yeah, we could do a couple of those. But I think what I'll do, I'll see if I can source something a little bit bigger. And if I can't get these, well, so be it. We'll go ahead and put these in and put it back into service. Heck, it'll work. 2 of these will keep a system, a computer or whatever, my streaming PC here, up long enough to shut it down properly. Or if you wanted a short time on a 3D printer, it's not going to go very long on these, but on 2 of these, it'll go quite a while on the 3D printer, and we can put this back into service. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. That's it. I'm going to save this. We're going to totally recover this. Awesome. Quick catch up on the chat. I think I'm going to call it a night. With the batteries that old, they may have just slowly boiled away. Yeah, could be, Ken. Absolutely. The charger did what it should and didn't burn down. Yep, absolutely. Things absolutely did. I give it huge credit. This worked perfect. There's no harm to anything. The battery is completely destroyed. There's no mess, no fuss, no fire, no nothing, and everything is completely serviceable. Yay, Noma. Good job. Canadian Tire Special. Who knew? And RT12200 seems widely available. All right, I'm going to check that out after. eBay, $30 to $40, 7 amp hour. Yeah, is that what it was rated? Yeah, these are actually rated for 20 amp hour. Oh, yeah. Well, they're labeled 20 amp hour. Yeah, that's a lot. 20 amps for an hour. Whew, that's a lot. But these are, that is heavy, and there's no liquid left in that end. So, well, mind you, the blade is mostly lead, but I will check it out. I'm going to look that up after this live show, and we'll see if we can get some ordered and put this back into service. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope maybe you learned something. Don't be scared of taking consumer electronics apart. Stay within your skill zone, but don't throw things in the landfill right away. I was tempted to. This is very, very old, and thought, what the heck? You gotta take a. Oh God, look at this! Look at this! Want to see something gross? This connection. It's just through there with just a tiny bit of solder on it. It's just sort of stuck through the hole. That's the circuit breaker, the overcurrent protection. God. Oh, I'm glad the rest of it didn't work like that. Or it doesn't look like that. The rest of it actually looks quite good. Anyway, cheers, guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. Hit me up on Patreon or on Discord, and we'll talk again soon. Cheers, guys.